A new report out today discovered some leafy greens, speaking of grass, recently sold at supermarkets contaminated with a potentially deadly bacteria.
This story is really disturbing to me.
It's odd.
Yeah. You'll want to listen to the details of this one from Kenneth Craig.
Consumer Reports tested 284 samples of fresh greens, including lettuce, spinach, and kale, recently sold at supermarkets. They found 6 of those samples tainted with Listeria, a potentially deadly bacteria. 2 samples were packaged and pre-washed. The other 4 were loose ends or bunches.
Washing does not necessarily remove bacteria. The bacteria can get stuck to the leaves and adhere in microscopic crevices in the leaves.
Consumer Reports' Tricia Calvo says people at the highest risk of complications from Listeria, the elderly, pregnant women, and young children, may consider not eating raw leafy greens.
The safest thing for them to do is to eat greens they can cook.
The tainted greens were sold at 4 different food retailers in Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York in June. Public health officials have not reported any illness or concerns following their inspections. Consumer Reports is not advising anyone to stop eating leafy greens, but instead wants consumers to pay attention to food safety.
One thing that you can do to protect yourself is to eat them as soon as you can after you buy them. What you don't want to do is give the bacteria a chance to grow.
A trade association that represents retailers, wholesalers, and suppliers that sell products to grocery stores says the incidents outlined in Consumer Reports remind us that the entire supply chain has a responsibility for safe food handling. Calvo says one way to minimize bacteria risk is to avoid raw greens at restaurants.
Well, exposure to Listeria can cause the disease listeriosis, which usually requires hospitalization, and it could lead to death.